Now we're back here at the RV with the robot vacuum cleaner. I wanted to show you a few things that come in the box of this robot vacuum cleaner. First of all, it has a mopping feature that I was telling you about. You fill this with water. You got a remote control where you can actually drive it around. You can set your timer, all sorts of different things. This is your mopping attachment, which would go on the bottom of the vacuum. And here is your mopping pad that attaches to the bottom of this with Velcro. You have additional filters. You have a brush to clean it out. Another mopping pad, so you have two mopping pads that are included. Your instructions, two filters, and a replacement sweeper brush, which is used to sweep the corners of the floor. So you get a lot with this, and the mopping feature is pretty cool. I'm not going to show that today, but again, I don't know how great of a job this will actually do, but if it does a pretty good job in an RV, then I think mission accomplished. I think that's a good thing. So we have the vacuum set up here in the living room. I don't have the base station plugged in at the moment because there's no real clear spot for it. But when it's done, it should return back to wherever you started it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button and see how this thing works. So my honest assessment of this, now that I've actually seen it work in the RV, is that it performs adequately. It does not have what appears to be the same intelligence in it as the Roomba does. Even though it appears it's going to be tackling just about everything, you can see how it's creeping up against the wall. The Roomba seems to go into a pattern much quicker, as if it knows and has mapped out your living area and the space that it's going to be cleaning. This one goes pretty randomly for a while, but then it appears to try to pick up some type of a pattern. And as you can see, it's doing a reasonable job. It followed the first wall, it's following this wall. It should turn around the corner here. It's probably going to hit that rug and decide to stop and turn. But it took a while for it to get into this pattern, and once it's in the pattern though, it does a reasonable job of following what it should follow. Now, the challenge a lot of RVers may have is if you have this carpet vinyl transition, you may run into a scenario where it's going to have a hard time getting into these areas up here, because this one seems to. It has no problem getting out when it's done, but covering those areas thoroughly seem to be kind of a concern. See, it can get up the first piece of carpet, but that second rise, which is actually pretty steep right there, is a little bit more difficult. It looks like it's got to go into a four-wheel drive mode or something. That's a joke, by the way. Anyways, guys, if you're interested in a vacuum like this, I put a link to Gearbest on the previous video I did on this. I'll put it on this video as well. It may be something you're interested in. They're, relatively affordable compared to the Roomba. Like I said, the Roombas are $600–700 in many cases. I believe ours was in the $600 price point. These are in the $200 price point, and they work pretty well. In a second here, I'm going to grab it, open it up, so you can kind of see how much actual dirt it's collected. So let's open it up now and see what the tank was able to collect. That's a pretty good amount of dirt. This thing was completely clean when we started. So it's picked that up in, roughly 5 minutes of vacuuming, and I'm honestly pretty impressed with the amount of dirt and stuff this thing is able to pick up. Quite frankly, this probably works better than I'm even giving it credit for. However, you guys saw it for yourself, and I think that, it's a worthwhile investment for those probably living full-time, or people who just want something to kind of clean up overnight while they're sleeping, if they went out to the beach, if they went for a hike, something like that. All in all, it's not a bad product. Guys, take a moment, look at the description, check out their website. They got a ton of other things on there as well. This, I would give it a 4 out of 5, maybe 3.5 out of 5, only because, like I said, at the very beginning, it doesn't seem like it has the logic that the Roomba does, but then it picks it up pretty quickly and it starts going into a pattern, which is really what you want these things to do anyways. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.